But those owl things...
Biform multi-state. They are typically found in that ethereal, phantasmal form. They only become tangible owl creatures when they have enough energy.
But that means...
Yep, and if you thought the one manifested Ushanra was a serious threat, then those spectral creatures outside have made things worse. Oh, I should have realised that we weren't up against just one of them. There's an entire swarm and we sent our friends out there. Does anyone know what happened to them?
But you didn't know they were out there.
Yes, but I should have. How could I have been so stupid?
Why are they attacking us?
Revenge. It so often boils down to revenge. Maybe for killing the one in the cellar, or whatever happened in that collapsing building. That's why there's a swarm of them out there.
I don't want to know how many are in a swarm, do I?
Hundreds, if not thousands.
Thought not.
And they are all on the prowl.
We don't stand a chance.
2nd June, 1973. Even when I thought it could not, the weather has worsened and the snow has become truly insurmountable. It bangs against the window with disturbing strength. I sometimes think that I see specks of snow on my desk, but that's not possible. I've been out here too long. My mind is playing tricks on me. I spent most of the evening reflecting on Dellah's story. Ghosts and aliens? What does she take me for? Some crazed fool? But her conviction fascinates me. She clearly believes it. She does. I see it in her eyes. Oh, I've had enough of this, of being mocked. So why does it remain at the forefront of my thoughts? There is too much detail for pure insanity. Her mind is too alert. This is a distraction. I need to track down the fireman. If it isn't Wilson, then... Well, what about this doctor character? Dellah was in awe of this mysterious man. Perhaps it could be him. I should refrain from such supposition when there are more questions to be asked and more people to answer them. There's much more to their story than meets the eye, I fear.
Time to fever prisoners.
I've come here to talk.
What would you like to discuss? Politics? History?
Your friends. Dellah, Leonie, Wilson, the Doctor, Georgie.
So you know about those two? That's interesting.
I know a lot more than just that. The Ushanra.
Isn't that an island in the Adriatic? Or a crater on the moon?
You don't want to talk to me?
You kidnapped me. Tied me up. What makes you think I'm going to tell you what you want to know?
You went to the hospital. Tell me about the journey.
Which part are you interested in? The exploding submarine or the flying unicorns?
I'm glad you think this is funny. Perhaps I'll come back tomorrow and try again.
Go on. See what I care.
Oh, best make sure you have some fresh air. Here, I'll open this window for you.
What? I'll freeze!
I'm sure you'll be fine. Maybe we can leave it for 2 days, just to be sure.
Ask your questions.
3 days.
Just ask them, okay? Just do it!
Thank you, Raphael. You know that I've been investigating your friend Wilson.
We came here to find him, the three of us. We didn't meet the Doctor and Georgie straight away.
Dellah has told me all of that. Skip ahead to the bar. What happened there?
You mean when that owl creature attacked us? You hoped I was going to say something different, weren't you?
I just want the truth.
Maybe we all talked beforehand and got our story straight.
Then why pick something so outrageous?
Just maybe it's the truth. Because if you struggle to believe that, you really won't like what's coming next. I was injured, unstable. Leonie and Georgie took me to the hospital, just to be safe.
But it wasn't safe.
Far from it.
Lean on me more.
Come on, Raph. We aren't that far off now.
I'm fine, seriously.
No offence, but you really don't look it. Whether it's shock or concussion or whatever, we're getting you checked out. Now come on.
Why are you guys helping us?
It's the right thing to do.
But we're strangers. What do you care? Most people wouldn't.
I'm not most people. Being with the Doctor, it changes you, makes you better. I guess his attitude rubs off on you.
You weren't always caring?
Perhaps not like this. I was more pragmatic. But things changed.
What do you mean?
Can you... over there? In the snow? Is that...
That's Wilson!
Are you sure?
Look, it is!
This is your friend. What's he doing just standing out there in that storm? Is he mad?
I'm going to get him.
What? You can't risk it.
I'm not leaving my friend out here. He must be lost or something.
What about Raphael?
Leonie, go. Wilson might need our help.
You two stay here. I'll be right back.
Leonie!
She'll be fine. She can look after herself.
I hope you're right. How are you feeling?
Still dizzy.
I wish I knew what that meant.
You keep looking at me like I'm dying. You don't need to worry that much. So you can stop checking me over, or checking me out, whichever it is.
Yeah, sorry. It's just, nothing. Can you see Leonie?
There's too much snow. I can barely see you and you're right next to me. Okay, that's a slight exaggeration, but still. I've heard stories about people getting lost in blizzards.
The snow isn't that heavy, Raphael, or that deep. Yet. We can still move, can't we? And the doctor gave me a compass before we left the bar, so we aren't going to get totally lost.
We should have brought snowshoes.
Next chance I get, I'll pick some up.
Is that movement over there?
Leonie, can you see her?
Like a shadow in the storm.
Looks more like... Oh, no.
That thing. It's hovering. Is that a ghost?
Whatever it is, it has friends. Don't turn around. You won't like what you see.
They're circling around us.
It's like a presence on the wind. Do you suppose there's something to do with that owl creature?
Leonie!
Keep your voice down. They're coming closer now.
But what about Leonie? She's alone out there.
Maybe she found your friend.
Or maybe the ghost got her.
Do you think you could run?
Just about, if I had to. If I stumble and fall, don't leave me.
So long as you do the same for me.
Which way?
Stick to the road. We don't want to get lost. We need to stay near civilization. Run!
Do you need a moment?
It was horrible, unlike anything I've ever felt.
How so?
When people get a sudden shiver, they say that someone is walking over their grave. You know that expression?
I've heard it before. Why?
When those things attacked, it was 10 times worse than that. They flew right through us and left such a stabbing pain in their wake. It felt like I was freezing from the inside out.
Raph!
Leonie! Over here!
What's going on?
We've got to get out of here.
Just keep running.
What are those things?
Questions later. Running now.
But...
Later.
Was it Wilson?
Is nobody listening to me? Whatever. We need to get away. Now, without asking any questions, run.
We're never going to get away from them. They're faster than the wind.
Is it me or is the snow getting deeper? My feet keep getting stuck in the snow.
It's all in your head. Look. Over there. Is that...
The hospital!
What's in the way? There are loads of those things. Like an evil face in the air.
We're never going to get past them all.
Right, okay. Leonie, help Raphael to the hospital. I'll distract those things.
You sure?
Not in the slightest. I don't want to have to deal with sinister ghost things that keep attacking us, but I don't have much choice. Go on. Go before I change my mind.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You better come back for me. Hey! Look at me! Hey! Fancy a chat? Tell me who you are. Just please don't be from the other side. Please, not today.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Can you help my friend here? He's the patient. It's an emergency.
Of course, let me.
Also, I'm going to borrow that snowmobile. I'll bring it right back.
What?
Leonie!
She stole a snowmobile. Why?
Borrowed a snowmobile. To rescue Georgie. We couldn't just leave her out there.
But you barely knew her.
So? That doesn't mean you should abandon someone. We aren't like you, Hastings. We aren't that self-centered.
What happened next?
Leonie got to Georgie. Got her out of there. They got to the hospital, but I was out of it by then. The wound and the cold and the exertion. It took its toll. Leonie filled me in when I woke up.
How bad was it then? Your injuries?
A few nasty bumps and bruises. It looked worse than it was.
But you were fine.
I'm still here, aren't I? They put me full of drugs, fixed me up as best they could. I'm glad I went. Better safe than sorry and all that. It could easily have been a lot worse. But putting Leonie and Georgie in danger, I wish that hadn't happened.
How long were you there?
I don't know. Just overnight, I think.
Do you know what the doctor and Dellah were doing when you were unconscious?
Not really. We didn't have much chance to catch up. Why don't you go ask her? I presume she's here too.
What about Georgie?
What about Georgie?
What was she like?
What do you want? A physical description?
Tell me everything you know about her.
Why?
I need to know.
Is this curiosity about her or the doctor? No, you don't need to say. It's clear enough.
Months? I've kinda lost track. It all gets a bit uncanny. I thought I'd lose all perspective, that it would be lots of different cultures and times and everything would be alien, but it isn't. It's all strangely familiar wherever we go. The world, every world, it still has the same rules, whether you're in ancient Mesopotamia or an asteroid at the end of the universe. There's always beauty and ugliness, corruption and creativity.
And the smell of disinfectant.
And the smell of disinfectant. But I guess that's hospitals for you. Always faintly there in the background.
Are you okay? You seem...
It's been a while since I was last in a hospital. It's bringing back bad memories, that's all.
What was wrong?
Not me, I was fine. That's partly why I'm out travelling now. I didn't really know what else to do.
Hospitals freak most people out. I still can't face them. But I'm here for Raphael, of course. Is he waking up?
Maybe half asleep. He'll come around in a minute. Did something happen to you?
Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, it was horrible. Left a few scars. Not that you can see all of them.
I'm sorry.
It was a long time ago.
Right.
I had to have a series of operations. They were correcting some problems with my spine.
Oh.
They fixed things best they could. I mean, I can still run around and get chased by ghosts, just like you.
Well, I'm glad.
But you know the pain of these places, don't you?
All too well.
What's so funny?
She was lying.
You mean Leonie?
Made all that stuff up? Yeah. She wanted to gain Georgie's trust or something.
And that amuses you?
Yeah, I mean, I knew she could be manipulative, but not like that. Even after all these years, Leonie still surprises me.
So what, you stayed there and lied to each other all night?
No need to get sharp with me.
You're telling me that your friend deceives others for fun. Why should I trust anything you say?
Because you need to know what happened, don't you? You've gone to such extremes, and now I've got to go on is what I tell you. So what other choice do you have? You need to know.
Come on, Raph. Are you sure?
Look at me, I'm fine. Besides, we can hardly waste any more time here. I don't suppose you've heard anything from Dellah while I was out?
Not yet.
She's with the doctor. She'll be fine. Probably.
What? What's he going to do to her?
I didn't mean that, just that he's always getting into trouble.
Look, I don't need you to hold me up. I can walk on my own, like a proper human being. Will you stop looking so worried now?
Okay. Can we maybe go look for Wilson now?
We should get back to the others. We stand a better chance as a group.
But we have a lead to follow. An actual sighting. They've been clearing the roads and the snow's thinning out. We should go before the trail gets too...
cold. Might be a bit late for that here. Let me get this straight. The extent of your plan is to retrace your footsteps and hope.
I'll admit that it's far from ideal, but I'm sure it was him. I just couldn't catch up to him before, and was afraid I'd get lost by myself. We have to try to find him.
Don't worry, I get it. You want to know that your friend is fine. I know what you're going through.
Something to do with the doctor?
I lost him for a while recently.
Seriously?
He had been taken. I had to find him.
And you did?
Yeah, and got bit by a Franzine viper for my troubles. A rather large green and shiny snake. They live on the emerald moon of Randall Majestic. You don't follow. Sorry, I guess I'm just used to this madness. But my point is, I'm used to loss.
I see that. It must be exciting seeing all these new places with a doctor.
Then again, you don't seem all that surprised by the strange and unfamiliar. We were attacked by creepy owl ghosts yesterday, and your first instinct is to go outside and risk your lives again. Tell you what, if you want to know more about me and the doctor, you tell me more about yourselves.
A question for a question, like a little game.
Precisely. Why are you so desperate to find Wilson?
We've already told you.
It's more than concern, though. That much is obvious. Does he know something that he shouldn't? Does he have something that you want? What's the catch?
That's 4 questions. You're breaking your own rules here. He's our friend. We're worried. No, he doesn't know or have anything he shouldn't. There's no catch. Who is the doctor?
My friend, my driver? No, more like my guide.
Where did you meet him?
Russia, if you'd believe that.
Where are you from?
I'm British, just like you.
But there's something different about you.
Ah, but that would be telling.
Can you blame us for being intrigued?
No, but I can blame you for hiding something from me and lying about it. And please don't deny it, it's obvious. There is no catch. Yeah, that won't wash with me. And that phony story about your spine. So, Leonie, what are you lot running from?
What makes you think we are?
I know the signs.
Takes one to know one.
Tell her.
What?
Just tell her the truth. This was a bad enough situation before. Now those owl things are involved. Just tell her.
Only if she tells us what she's running from.
Okay then, total honesty.
Someone's following us. Well, following Wilson. They want to arrest him for something that he hasn't done.
We're trying to protect him from this lunatic.
Happy now? Well then, what are you running from, Georgie?
Do we have to hear this?
Don't you think it's interesting?
Just skip ahead.
You're only going to have half a story if I do that.
Is it directly relevant? Will it get us closer to Wilson? To the fireman?
What do you want to hear then?
When did you see him next?
We were further up the mountainside by then.
Following some sort of track?
Leonie was convinced that she could see remnants of footprints.
You weren't so sure.
I don't know. I saw something, I think.
Does it worry you that we haven't been attacked in a while?
Honestly, no.
She has a point. You think it's a trap?
It's a bit late for that. I think I found him. Look, up there.
Wilson?
Why is he just stood there?
Surrounded by those ghost things. They're just hovering by him. Do you think he's controlling them?
But how could he? Why would he? I mean, they attacked us. Wilson wouldn't do that.
Wilson!
Let's go ask him.
I don't mean to worry anyone, but those things are coming towards us.
Not this again. Doctor! Doctor!
He isn't here.
One day he'll come running when I yell. Right then, stick together. We can get through this.
Look, there's a building over there. Looks like a ski lodge. Reckon we could get there safely?
Get there? Yes. Safely? I wouldn't hold my breath. Why me? Why me? Get away!
Leonie!
I'll help her, Raphael. You get to shelter.
Get out of my head!
Leonie, focus on my voice.
They're in my head, Georgie! It's so cold!
Then think of something warm. A fire. You're warming your hands on a fire.
Sitting around a campfire. The 3 of us. And Wilson.
That's it. Fight psychic with psychic. Now, I'm going to take your hand. When I do, we run. Now!
This place looks so old.
The whole place seems abandoned. Don't think anyone's been here in years by the dust and cobwebs. Think they'll find us here?
Probably. But who knows? They might not have seen where we went in all that snow.
Do you really believe that?
Not in the slightest.
You look after Raph. I'm going to check that there isn't anyone hiding in here. We don't want any nasty surprises.
She'll be okay.
She will.
How many aliens have you seen?
Probably too many. There were dozens that came from all across the galaxy for the Vampire King's wedding. They were mostly okay. I've also seen some monsters. There was one the doctor called a Laringa. Not your average garden spider.
You fought them?
And defeated them, yeah. But that's more the doctor's gig. I just tag along for the ride, mostly.
Where do I sign up?
It isn't always as fun as it sounds. I've come close to death so many times, and it doesn't make it any easier to deal with.
What happened back there? With you and Leonie?
These ghosts. They get in your head. It's like your deepest fears and worst memories all rising at once until you're paralyzed by them. That's what I felt before Leonie came back from the hospital on that snowmobile. That's how I knew to help her.
Wow, that sounds awful.
Yeah, and for me, the memories are still fresh. I lost someone recently and I didn't deal with it very well. I know I need to address it, but it isn't so simple, and I don't like to talk about it.
I'm sorry. It's never easy.
No, it never is.
Leonie, what's wrong?
They're here! Those owl things, they're here!
I doubt their ghostly friends are far behind.
I was opening doors, seeing what there was here, and it came flying out of the darkness.
My friends, thank you for coming.
Wilson, is that you?
I speak for the Ushanra.
I take it those snow ghosts are the Ushanra. Do they not have their own voice?
We shall not communicate with the likes of you.
Rude. You think you're better than us, do you? Better than the whole human race?
This fact is evident.
Oh, I hate it when they're arrogant.
They use me to ensure that their truth will be known.
So you're still alive. They haven't killed you. That's good.
What makes you say that?
There's still some individuality there. Note the pronouns. I, me. He's separate, not one of them. Maybe they need him alive so that he can still translate. There's a chance that we can still save him.
He's struggling against them, isn't he?
That pain you can see. We can help him through it. So then, what's this truth? What do the Ushanra want?
They desire revenge for what has been done against them.
A little detail wouldn't go amiss. If I'm going to die, I'd like to have all the facts first.
We will devastate the human race, cause chaos and an unending cold that will end your pitiful species.
Why do I get the horrible impression that they're going to stop us?
Again with the vagueness.
Stop provoking them!
What was it? A death? Come on, Wilson, tell me!
Georgie!
Don't you see? They don't care if we understand.
But you already do.
We do?
Your doctor knows.
That doesn't mean that we do. Wait, the psychic attacks, getting into our heads. You're telepathic. What one of you knows, the rest of you do. Am I right? We aren't like you. Can't you tell from being in Wilson's mind?
Their understanding of us, our world, is limited. Every death teaches them more.
Then why not kill you? If you're more use alive, then that means...
This really is a trap.
And Wilson is the bait.
The Ushanra will know your weaknesses, where you are coldest.
So you're going to use us to help you kill everyone else?
I think the time for questions is up. Those ghost things are whipping up a storm and look ready to rip us to pieces.
We need to get out of here.
I don't think I can move.
You are frozen to the spot.
Is that some terrible joke?
The Ushanra are masters of the cold.
Then we need warmth.
And where are we going to find that halfway up a snowy mountain? Face it, we're as good as dead.
The Ushanra will chill you to the core, taking all of your heat until you become a human icicle. It is what they are doing to me. My body is numb. I am sorry, but this must happen. Prepare to die.
Do you know how many times I've been told, prepare to die?
Doctor!
Too many, I tell you. Oi, what a cliche. Come on. Try harder. Be a bit, give me some proper menace. Give me some real threat. And a quip about the cold. Go on. Oh, go on, be a sport. Go on. Go on, go on, go on, go on.
You dare speak to us with such levity?
Yeah, but I already know what's happening, so, take a chill pill and let me talk to my friends.
How anachronistic was that?
Do you really want an etymology lesson right now?
Fair point.
We need to maintain the upper hand.
And how are we supposed to do that when it's so cold up here?
Well, that's probably why they lured you three up here, away from warmth and civilization.
We know they used Wilson to draw us away from safety. We figured that bit out already.
Even the thick coats and gloves won't save you from the icy touch of the Ushanra. By Jove, I know it. I felt it. Oh.
We both did, on our way up here. Gets inside your bones. I'm not sure it'll ever go away. He's worried that there might be longer-term effects.
Sorry, what?
Just an unpleasant thought I had on the way up here.
Doctor, they touched me too. And Raph and Leonie. That cold inside, What does it mean?
You know what? I'm not sure yet. I say, do you mind if I ask your tether a question?
I am listening.
Tether?
He means Wilson. He must be helping the Ushanra to stay here or something.
Right. What happened to you?
I was running through the snow. I got lost, fell. I couldn't get up. I was freezing.
And with your lowered body temperature, you become the perfect vessel for these creatures. Interesting. I'm so sorry. Anyway, now, back to this revenge plot. So, you lost one of your own, let's see, someone important. An elder? No. Leader? Monarch? I'm onto something here, I know it, I can feel it. Is that why you are so eager to commit genocide?
Would you not do the same to protect your own?
I'm not sure I'm the greatest person in the world to ask that. I mean, my lot are hardly laudable, and they've done a lot of questionable things, and I wouldn't go on a murder spree to help them, and that's flat!
Doctor?
See, the one thing, the one tiniest, babyest thing that is really bothering me is where you are going to get the power from.
Doctor?
Because even if you go down to the city as you are now, even with the snow already falling, it's far too warm. With all those people milling about, the effectiveness of attacking now is way too limited.
Doctor!
And hang on a minute, do you mind a minute? I'm in the middle of something of trying to be brilliant here. So, I guess what I'm asking is this. Are you going to do what I'm afraid you are going to do?
The kinetics of the cold will grant the Ushanra an almost unlimited source of power. We will use this power to bury your city under a massive avalanche.
Well, that would be a huge resounding yes. Well then, I guess I'll just have to stop you.
Doctor, look!
Yes. I am now starting to see.
While you've been talking, they've surrounded us.
It was clever of the Ushanra to distract you like this. We know that you are a threat, we sense it. That is why we have lured you all here. That is why we now have you trapped. That is why we will now kill you.
But you survived.
So you believe me?
It doesn't matter if I do or not. I know that you survived. I have your friends here too.
You have Dellah and Leonie, right? Well, we might have survived, but...
You mean...
The moment that swarm attacked us, it did only one thing. We did our best, but we couldn't save them.
Raphael, who died? Who died?